Good morning. We're going to talk briefly today because uh, I really don't have too much time today. Constance is still feeling under the weather. Uh, but I want to talk a little bit about Liber B vel MAGI or Magi, however you wish to pronounce that. It's the first numbered holy book of Thelema. That means it's Class A, which is an inspired text. You might even uh, speculate that it's more on the order of a channeled work. It's numbered like a lot of holy books are numbered. A lot of Crowley stuff is numbered, and there's just 21 numbered little sentences there, or little phrases, plus a double zero and a zero. Okay. Now, the Class A documents, especially the Book of the Law, are of a nature that are sort of transcend uh, discussion. You can talk about it, I guess, but uh, attempting to define it for somebody else is probably bad form, and you should probably be doing all the interpretation for yourself. But Crowley did have a comment on many of the lines from that. And it's Crowley's own comment on Liber B, vel MAGI, subfigure 1. And you can just see there's just a little snatch of things here and there, lots of gematria kind of things that might not be immediately exciting to everyone. But because they're both so short, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to just quickly read through uh, uh, the Book of the Magi, and then I'm going to go back and read Crowley's little snippets, with your permission. So here we go. One, okay, it's 000. I'll talk about the 000s a little later. There are 21, so you can imagine they're associated with the Hebrew alphabet and the tarot atus and things like that. One is the magus, twain his forces, four his weapons. These are the seven spirits of unrighteousness, seven vultures of evil. This is the art and craft of the magus, but glamour. That's how that reads. Thus is the art and craft of the magus, but glamour. How shall he destroy himself? Yet the magus hath power upon the mother, both directly and through love. And the magus is love, and bindeth together that and this in his conjuration. In the beginning doth the magus speak truth, and send forth illusion and falsehood to enslave the soul. Yet therein is a mystery of redemption. By his wisdom made he the worlds, The Word that is God is none other than He. How then shall He end His speech with silence? For He hath speech. He is the first and the last. How shall He cease to number Himself? By a magus, this writing is made known through the mind of a magister. In one the one uttereth clearly, and the other understandeth. Yet the word is falsehood, and all the understanding darkness. And of this saying is of all truth. All caps, O-A-T, of all truth. 6. Nevertheless it is written, for there be times of darkness, and this as a lamp therein. 7. With the wand he createth. 8. With the cup he preserveth he. I'm going to read that again because I misread it. 7. With the wand createth he. With the cup createth he. With the dagger destroyeth he. With the coin redeemeth he. I'm going to repeat that. With the wand createth he. With the cup preserveth he. With the dagger destroyeth he. With the coin redeemeth he. His weapons fulfill the wheel, and on what axle that turneth is not known unto him. From all these actions must he cease before the curse of his grade is lifted from him, before he attain to that which existeth without form. And if at this time he be manifested upon earth as a man, and therefore is this present writing, let this be his method, that the curse of his grade and the burden of his attainment be uplifted from him. Let him be aware of abstinence from action. For the curse of his grade is that he must speak truth, that the falsehood thereof may enslave the souls of men. Let him then utter that word without fear, and the law may be fulfilled. And according to his original nature will that law be shapen, so that one may declare gentleness and quietness, being a Hindu, and the other fierceness and severity, being a Jew, and yet another ardor and manliness, being an Arab. Yet this matter toucheth the mystery of incarnation, and is not here to be declared. Now the grade of a magister teacheth the mystery of sorrow, and the grade of a magus the mystery of change, and the grade of ipsissimus the mystery of selflessness, which is also called the mystery of Pan. Let the magus then contemplate each in turn, raising it to the ultimate power of infinity, where sorrow is joy, and change is stability, and selflessness is self. For the interplay of the parts hath no action upon the whole. And this contemplation shall be performed not by simple meditation, how much less than by reason, but by the method which shall have been given unto him in his initiation into that grade. Following which method, it shall be easy for him to combine that trinity from its elements, and further to combine Sat, Chit, Ananda, and light, love, life, 3 by 3 into 9 that are one, in which meditation's success shall be that which was first adumbrated to him in the grade of practicus, which reflecteth Mercury in the lowest world. In Liber 27. Here is nothing under its 3 forms, parenthetically. And this is the opening of the grade of Ipsissimus. And by the Buddhists, it is called the trance of Nirodha Samapatti. And woe, 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 yea, woe, and again woe, 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 unto 7 times. Be his that preacheth not his law to men. You gotta do it, kiddo. And woe also be unto him that refuseth the curse of the grade of Magus, and the burden of the attainment thereof. And the final one is, and the word chaos, and in the word chaos, let the book be sealed. Yea, let the book be sealed. Now, a lot of that, just listening to it as if it was a poem or something, doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, okay? But we have to sort of remember, let's see if I can find a beautiful fold-out tree of life here, that what we're talking about, not only is this a Class A document, but what we're talking about is a level of consciousness or a degree of initiation, personal initiation, that's associated right there at Hokmah number 2. See, it says 9 equals to Magus. And there is the Magister. So when he's talking about one grade affecting another, that's what he's talking about. And when he's talking about influences and stuff, we're all talking about influences coming from 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 3 to 2. So he's going to talk about the path of love. That'll go between path of love. Right. No, this is not going to work. That horizontal path that says Atu 3 there, that's the path of love. And then the influence of the father, that's Hokmah, to the mother. And the whole thing ended up with chaos. Okay, chaos is the title of number 2. Okay, and everything else, the logos itself, the word is there in wisdom. That's the Magus who utters the word. And immediately as that word passes through the veil of the abyss, it turns a verse and it enslaves. He's got to utter his word, but it's going to be immediately misunderstood by assholes, including you and me. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I'm just going to read just a couple of Crowley's little comments, and I'm going to try to juggle this because the two zeros there at the very beginning. One is the magus, twain his forces, four his weapons. These are the seven spirits of unrighteousness, seven vultures of evil. Thus is the art and craft of the magus but glamour. How shall he destroy himself? Yet the magus has power upon the mother. Okay, that's the magus has power on the mother. That's the mother's number 3, and the magus is number 2, and he has power on the mother on that path of Daleth, or that path of love. Yet the magus has power upon the mother both directly through love, okay, directly from 2 to 3, let's see, directly through love, and the magus is love, and bindeth together that and this with his conjunction. Now, he also has power directly to the mother, because the tarot card, the path going from 1 directly to 3 is the magician, Mercury, the magus. So can you see the magus work there in that supernal triad? The letter itself going from 1 to 3, and the grade itself, number 2, going directly to number 3. It's one big magical magus act in that supernal triad. Is it any wonder this is really hard to wrap our meat brains around? Okay, so Crowley's comments, the magus is love. Love is the law, love under will. And for 0 and 1, conjuration, soul, redemption. He preaches linga yoni. Now remember, these are like sketchy notes. Number 1 that said, in the beginning doth the magus speak truth, and send forth illusion and falsehood to enslave the soul. Yet therein is the mystery of redemption. And Crowley's comment is, Muhammad said, La Allah. This was truth. See 777's book 31. And he said, He, Allah, is one. So people took Allah to be the one God, neglected the La'al. Okay. God is all, okay, and not is La. So Muhammad said, La, Allah. It's blinking black back and forth. It's between existence and non-existence. Our good friend Laird Scranton would be talking about the coming into manifestation, out of manifestation. Anyway, but I digress. The word, when he said the words, is logos. Okay. And number 4, it said, he is the first and the last. How shall he cease to number himself? First and last, at, or essence, and gematria equals 401, a prime. Okay, and a bunch of gematria stuff. Okay, then he comments on number 5, which says, by a magus is this writing made known through the mind of a magister. Okay, by this, And so who's holding the pen here for this? Crowley is saying it's himself as a master of the temple who's holding the pen, while himself as the magus is dictating. Okay. By a magus is this writing made known through the mind of the magister. The one uttereth clearly, and the other understandeth. Okay, understanding is the name of number 3, the magister. Let's see. The one uttereth clearly, and the other understandeth. Yet the word is falsehood, and the understanding darkness. And this saying is of all truth. Okay, so Crowley says in his comment, truth, all is Maya. Okay, Maya, the illusion. Truth, all is Maya. Even above the abyss, the triad is only perfect insofar as it is bound in one. Separately, Hokmah and Bina are partial. They need Kether. Okay, the next little comment, he's only got a couple more, is on verse 13. And if at this time he be manifested upon the earth as a man, and therefore is this present writing, let this be his method, that the curse of his grade and the burden of his attainment be uplifted from him. Okay, the curse of the grade of the magus is that almost the minute the magus utters his truth, it's being misinterpreted. That's the curse of the magus. Okay. And Crowley says just curse, and he spells the Hebrew word at, A-T, equals ARR, equals cursing. That's his only note. For 14, it says, let him beware of abstinence from action, for the curse of his grade is that he must speak truth, that the falsehood thereof may enslave the souls of men. Let him then utter that without fear, that the law may be fulfilled, and according to his original nature will the law be sharpened, so that one may declare gentleness and quiet, being an Hindu, and another fierceness and severity, being a Jew, and another ardor and manliness, being an Arab. Yet this matter touches the mystery of incarnation and is not here to be declared. So nobody can outguess what people's natures of their incarnation is going to that all this is going to manifest in. He could have said Chinese and all sorts of other things too. Okay. Crowley's thing is he must put mem into at. So those are the beginning, middle, and end words of the alphabet. To get amet, truth. Okay, M equals silence, Buddha, Jesus, Mohammed. At the end of 14, he says in a bracket, from this point the subject changes. All this meditation is the second part of his task, after he has the first part well started, or one may call them the external and internal points of his work. Okay, his next comments on number 16. Let the magus then contemplate in each turn, raising it to the ultimate power of infinity, wherein sorrow is joy, change is stability, and selflessness is self. For the interplay of the parts hath no action upon the whole. And this contemplation shall be performed not by simple meditation, how much less than by reason, and by the method which shall have been given unto him in his initiation to that grade. His comment is, can this have been the 9th degree OTO mystery? Or the way of the Tao, called Living in the Sunlight by Soror Hilarion? No, it's the regular analysis method. The grass of Hokmah helps. Footnote is hashish. "17 is the next comment. Following which method it'll be easy for him to combine that trinity from its elements and further to combine Sat, Chit, Ananda, and light, love, life, 3 by 3 into 9 that are one, in which meditation success shall be that which was first adumbrated to him in the grade of practicus, which reflected Mercury in its lowest world." Okay. His comment is, quote, "to him." Okay, and this was in the year 18, which would be 1922 or 23. I noticed for the first time that this book definitely refers to me, 666. And then on 19, it says, and whoa, 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 yea, whoa, and again, whoa, 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 unto 7 times be his that preacheth not his law to men. And Crowley's comment is only, return to exterior work for a moment. Well, I know that was a pretty sloppy presentation, but I thought it was kind of neat because every time I read that, it's a different story, and the more you're kind of familiar with the map and the buzzwords of the locations on the Tree of Life, a lot of what is just seemingly conversational words that'll use wisdom and understanding and influence of love and things like that actually do start to make sense. In any event, that's it for today. Hopefully things will be a little bit more back to normal here as the week goes on. Continue to have a good day. There's a freaky world out there. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.